Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we are diving into a question that sounds super simple on the surface, but man, it gets incredibly deep. We are talking about your immune system. Is its strength purely just a matter of genetic luck, or is it actually driven by what you ate yesterday and how well you slept last night? Let's get right into it.
Most of us probably grew up picturing our immunity in a really specific way. We kind of view it as this internal army, right? Just sitting around on standby, waiting to spring into action the second a threat shows up. But as science keeps advancing, it's revealing something completely different. Your immune system isn't just sitting in the barracks waiting around. It is actively being shaped, tuned, and adjusted every single day by the choices you and I make.
It's a massive paradigm shift. We are moving completely away from that old myth of a fixed, reactive army. The new reality, your immune system acts a whole lot more like a dynamic volume dial. And the person operating that dial is literally you. The whole system is constantly being tuned up or down by external levers, specifically your diet, your lifestyle, and those trillions of microscopic bugs living in your gut.
So, let's start by rethinking how your immune system actually works. Think of the foundations of this remarkable biological network as a multi-layered security system. It starts at the perimeter, with physical barriers, things like your skin and mucous membranes. Then you've got the lymphatic system, which acts as this high-speed highway for immune cells to travel around. From there, the response splits into two main branches. You have your innate immunity. Those are your rapid first responders providing immediate general defense. And then you have your adaptive immunity. These are more like highly trained special agents. They're a bit slower to react, but they are incredibly targeted and rely on a really sophisticated memory of past challenges.
Now, this entire network relies on some incredibly specialized units. T cells and B cells, those are your adaptive powerhouses. They develop in your thymus and bone marrow, and they're the ones responsible for building that vital long-term memory. Meanwhile, you have dendritic, mast, and phagocytic cells acting as the frontline cleanup crew, handling detection and immediate threats. But here is the really cool part. Quietly running in the background are regulatory mechanisms. They ensure the whole shebang stays perfectly balanced. Because an overactive system, that drives inflammation. An underactive one, that leaves you wide open and vulnerable.
Which brings us to an absolutely crucial concept: immune system modulation. It's really just the scientific term for adjusting that volume dial we talked about earlier. Modulation simply means keeping your immune response at an optimal level. Not too aggressive, not too quiet, just right. And the crazy thing is, the way your body knows exactly how to set that dial is based entirely on the daily inputs you provide it.
And that leads us right into the fascinating gut immune conversation.
Picture this. Deep inside your digestive tract, there is a literal bustling metropolis of trillions of gut microorganisms. For the longest time, we just thought of them as passive passengers, right? Just there to help us digest our lunch. But the reality is wild. They are in constant, active communication with your immune cells. Literally, right now, as you're listening to this, your gut bugs are talking to your immune system.
This conversation happens at a very specific spot called MALT. That stands for mucosa-associated lymphoid tissue. Think of MALT as a microscopic border crossing, or maybe a really strict nightclub bouncer. It's the precise physical location where your gut microbiome and your immune system literally meet face-to-face to exchange chemical signals and calibrate your body's defenses. So what is the actual gossip between your gut and your immune cells? Well, a diverse, healthy microbiome basically tells your immune system how to behave. These microbes support essential immune surveillance. They actually help your body figure out the difference between a totally harmless substance, like, say, a piece of pollen or your breakfast, and a genuine viral threat. They even influence the production of antimicrobial peptides, which are essentially your body's own natural antibiotics, helping with localized defense. It's incredible. Your gut is literally training your immune cells.
Okay, moving on to nutrition. Let's look at how food acts as information.
Let's break down the direct mechanics of this. When you input things like vitamins A, C, D, E, along with zinc and selenium, the direct biological output is robust immune cell development. When you input omega-3 fatty acids, they directly influence inflammatory mediators to keep inflammation nicely in check. Your body literally takes the raw materials you feed it to build, tune, and regulate your entire immune network.
Zooming out from individual nutrients, the overall way we eat acts as a massive modulator. When we compare diets, the research clearly shows that plant-based dietary patterns, the ones packed with diverse fibers and bright colors, are associated with lower inflammatory markers and highly active lymphocytes. Those are your frontline white blood cells. On the flip side, an excessive intake of processed foods does the exact opposite. Over time, it can actually drive up your baseline inflammation and really weaken the performance of those crucial T and B memory cells.
And all of this builds into one of my absolute favorite concepts. Food isn't just fuel, it is information. Every single time you eat, you're practically writing a line of code for your immune system. You're sending direct instructions to your microbiome, which then hands those exact instructions right over to your immune cells at that MALT meeting point. It's a real game changer when you think about it that way.
But it's not just about what is on your plate. Let's talk about the lifestyle levers.
There are 4 daily lifestyle inputs that are absolutely huge here. First up, physical activity. You don't have to be running marathons or anything. Just regular, gentle movement improves blood circulation, which physically allows your immune cells to travel around your body more efficiently. Second is sleep. It is such an underrated lever. Adequate sleep regulates cytokine secretion. Those are the chemical messengers telling your immune system what to do, and it actually supports the physical formation of long-term memory cells. Third, managing chronic stress protects the really delicate balance between your innate and adaptive responses. And finally, something as incredibly simple as deep breathing routines can immediately support physical recovery and your overall well-being.
Tie all this together, and you get what researchers call the gut-immune axis. It's this beautiful interconnected network where your gut, your immune cells, your lymphatic system, fatty tissue, and your blood are all in this continuous, real-time conversation, meaning a totally localized choice you make, like getting an extra hour of sleep tonight or eating a vibrant salad for lunch, doesn't just affect one single part of your body. It sends a beneficial ripple effect across your entire system.
So, how do we actually put all this into practice? Well, in real life, actively modulating your immune dial means building a routine around these foundational pillars. What does that look like? It means filling your plate with diverse, colorful, plant-based foods to feed a diverse microbiome. It means fiercely protecting your sleep window so your body actually has the time to regulate those signaling molecules. It means finding simple ways to move gently throughout your day and dedicating even just a few minutes to slow breathing or screen-free time to tell your nervous system, hey, it's safe to bring those stress levels down.
And as highlighted in our source material, this is exactly where the work of organizations like New Image International comes into the picture. They focus on providing nutritional support and specific dietary products designed to seamlessly complement these foundational habits. Because look, while nothing is ever going to replace the absolute basics of good food and sleep, maintaining that critical biological balance is a whole lot easier when your daily routine has some active support.
To make this super actionable for you right now, I've got 2 concrete steps you can try this very week. Action 1, try to add just one new, whole, plant-based ingredient to your meals each day. Could be a handful of spinach, a sprinkle of chia seeds, maybe a side of fermented kimchi. Remember, microbial diversity always follows dietary diversity. Action 2, protect one consistent sleep window. Try keeping the exact same wind down and lights out time for 7 days straight, yes, even on the weekend, and just watch how it supports your daytime energy and immune memory.
Which brings us to our final thought to wrap up today. Your immune system is absolutely not a fixed setting. It's a dynamic, highly responsive network. So knowing what you know now, what small choice are you going to make to adjust your dial today? If you want to dive deeper and explore more about nutrition, gut health, and everyday well-being, definitely check out the source of today's insights at newimage.world. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Until next time, take care of your gut, protect your sleep, and take care of yourself.